Hey, what's up everyone? In this video I'm going to show you how to get around in Google Analytics. On the first screen you'll see all of your registered websites if you have more than one. So click on the one you want to look at. Then it brings you to this page, the Audience Overview. But before we get into that, let's take a look at the admin options at the top. Obviously this is where you manage your account, change your profile, all that good stuff. So I'm going to click on admin up here. Then you'll see that you have the property settings, tracking info, if you need to get your analytics code, and if you click on the website name, that brings you to this screen where you have some more options. You can browse through the assets here, set up custom alerts, schedule emails, or add advanced segments. If you want someone else to have access to your analytics, you can add them in the users section. You can set up goals here. Take a look and see what options you have as far as the goals you can create. And you have to create goals before you'll see any data in the conversion section over here in the left sidebar. You don't have to set goals, but you won't see any conversion data unless you do. Moving along, filters are important if you don't want analytics to report certain actions. For example, I visit my website to make changes, publish content, etc. And if I don't create a filter, then my visits will show up in the data. I don't want that, so I create a filter to exclude that data from my based on my IP address. Now you can create different types of filters, and this is where you do it. And the last option on this page is profile settings, where you can get your profile ID if you need it for something, change your time zone, and profile name. So I want to go back to reporting. So I'm going to click right here where it says reporting, and that brings us back to the audience overview page. And if you look on the left side, you can see they have it divided into different sections. This is the audience section, and I'm on the audience overview page right now. Then you have different selections under audience, and it's the same thing for each different category. You have traffic sources here, content down here, and conversions down here. And then up at the top you have real time, and up here you can customize your analytics dashboard, shortcuts, and events up here. So let's take a look at the top, and you can see the dates over here. This is where you change the dates for all of the stats you see down below, regardless of which category you're looking at. So if you click on the drop down here, it'll open up the calendar, and there are some general settings under date range, so you can choose one of those if you want to use today, yesterday, last week, or last month, or you can select any dates from the calendar. Just click on the begin date here or the end date. Make sure it's highlighted, then choose the date you want, and you can set the dates for whatever specific range you want to look at. If you want to look at one specific day, then you just choose the same start and end date, and it will show you the data just for that day. Once you're finished, just hit apply down here and it will update all the information for you. So you can also compare specific time frames. If you want to compare week to week or month to month or year to year, all you have to do is set the first date the normal way, then check the box next to compare to, and then choose the dates you want to compare it to. So after you have the dates set, you hit apply, and you can see the different colors represent the different dates. And down here it shows you if there's a decrease in that time frame or an increase, the different metrics like visits, unique visitors, page views, etc. So that's how you adjust the date settings and choose the time frame you want to look at. So let's get rid of the comparison and just look at a set time frame. So once you have your dates set, you can go through the different metrics and look at the data. If you want to know about your audience, the people visiting your website, then check out the metrics under audience right here. Demographics, that shows you where people are visiting from, as well as the language. Behavior is new versus returning, and engagement. Then you have technology, what kind of computers and screens they're using, mobile, custom, and visitors flow. Visitors Flow gives you an actual visual representation of your visitors, the locations, and the pages that they visit. So if you click on that, then you can hover over the different items for details, and you can click on an item for more options, and you can select Explore to zoom in on that item, and you can keep going and keep going. It gives you an idea of where visitors come in at, where they go, and where they leave. So if you can identify problem areas, then you can fix them, or just take advantage of your strong areas. Next, let's go to Traffic Overview. This gives you an overview of how the traffic is getting to your website. Is it from organic search, social media, links? And then it gives you some details about the different sources. So if you know where your traffic is coming from, again, you can just do more of what works, less of what doesn't work, or try to fix something if it isn't working. Content Overview gives you the details on your pages, shows you how many page views for each page on your website, the amount of time on the page, the bounce rate. The bounce rate is when someone visits a page on your site, doesn't click anything, doesn't interact, and then leaves. So ideally, you want a low bounce rate, which typically shows that people are engaged or interacting with your site. You can click on Site Content and see other areas that you can explore. Then you have different topics under content, like site speed, site search, in-page analytics. So you can explore those. And then you have conversions down at the bottom. You won't see any data under conversions unless you set up your goals in the admin section, which we looked at earlier. A conversion or a goal can be anything you define it as. For example, if your goal is to get people to sign up for your email newsletter, then a conversion would be defined as a visitor that arrives on your email confirmation page. So you could go into goals and set that action as a conversion. This section will track your goals, your conversion rates, all the other items you see under conversion here, but you have to set up your goals first under admin. So that's what you have in Google Analytics. I know there's a lot I didn't cover, but you don't need to know everything right off the bat, and this should get you going, help you understand what you're looking at in the different sections, basically so you can get around Google Analytics. And that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one.